Hello, welcome to A Warrior's Wisdom. I just got back from the mall, doing a little shopping. Ran into my friend Mark Edward Cody. Mark?
Stoney?
How you doing, buddy? He was doing some shopping too, in a different store. But we thought we'd touch on Japanese swords, and Mark happens to be an expert. So we're going to give the sword to Mark and let him do all the actual stuff. I have a little trouble moving around with my dress on. So we hope you enjoy it. And Mark?
Stoney?
We're going to go at it.
The way Stoney is dressed is a simulation of the traditional samurai attire. The dogi, or the uniform, the kimono, the pleated skirt is called a hakama. You'll see that a lot of the kenjutsu techniques, the aido techniques, the drawing of the blade, come from manipulating the skirt. If you don't know how to move in the hakama, you can actually tie yourself up, and it's just very difficult to move in. So a lot of the iaido, which is the drawing of the sword, involves learning to move in that without breaking your neck.
Select the dress out of the way.
What we have here is a katana. This particular one, it's got called shingunto fittings. This is new military fittings. These particular ones are the naval fittings from the World War II era. The sword itself is actually about 250 years old. You would find that very often a lot of the officers in World War II would take an old family blade and they would put it in the new military fitting so it would be uniform. Now this blade is composed of several parts. The kisaki is the point, the suba the handguard, the suka is the handle. And kenjutsu, as opposed to iaido, involves the use of the sword for combat purposes. Iaido is just drawing it, cutting, and putting it away. What we're going to do today is show just a little bit of basic techniques, and I will give this back to you.
Thank you.
Very often, kenjutsu is practiced with a boken. Boken, literally translated, means a wooden sword. The boken is actually a weapon in its own right. The Japanese swordmaster Miyamoto Musashi actually fought most of his duels with a wooden sword like this. Musashi, between the ages of 13 and about 30, was in about 80 duels. He was never defeated, killed most of his opponents with a wooden sword just like this. So this weapon deserves a great deal of respect in its own right. And what we're going to do today, I'll just show one or two representations of the traditional iaido forms. You would have had to have filmed me 20 years ago to see really traditional iaido, like just about everyone else that's ever met Radian and Aldo and Filipino combat systems. You know, it's been very much affected by that. So you'll see a lot of the things that comes from the Filipino martial arts that I've incorporated into the use of this weapon. So what you're going to see is by no means traditional iaido.
We will, in the future, we'll have Bob Elder here, who happens to be one of the best in the world. He'll come and do some iaido for you, and you'll have a great time with that.